Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the White Belt MMA podcast, and it's an absolute pleasure to have on the show today MMA Featherweight Ilay Barzilay, who's set to make his pro debut on June 27th. And as we were talking off camera, right? I was in Vegas a couple weeks, right? I go into Syndicate. There's a bunch of people to go through there, and we're just doing little half guard drills, and then my man Eli over here, he works with me a little bit. And once we got to the rolling portion of the class, I'm getting swept left and right and this and that. I'm like, man, do I suck at jujitsu or what? And then come to find out, man's pretty much on a 5-fight win streak. He's about to go pro. He was a jiu-jitsu world champion in 2018, and also, he placed second in world. So, Eli, first off, how you doing today? And yeah, I was mind blown when I found out, but how you doing today, my man? Yeah.
Thank you. We had some good time a couple of
Yeah.
weeks ago. I'm doing good. Preparing for my next fight for the pro debut. Thank you for the opportunity.
No, yeah, man. No, thank you for coming on. So first off, man, just let's talk about, obviously your fight on the 27th, it's gonna be your pro debut. You're 5-1 as an amateur, man. So, what came to the decision to go pro now? You know what I mean? Because from what I was seeing in all your amateur fights, man, your jiu-jitsu is next level. So, you get on top, it's gonna be bad news for the other person. So for you, what came behind the decision to go pro now?
Yeah. So honestly, I feel like I'm pro from since I'm like 16. I living the pro lifestyle since I'm 16. Moved here when I was 17. So like technically, my lifestyle and my level, I was already pro a couple years ago. I lived like a pro. Didn't feel like Kemi at all. But I do needed that experience and that fights because training is one thing, but fight is other thing. So it's good to get some experience in the cage as most as you can. So yeah, I have 6 Emmy fights, and then we got to some point that it was like good. Like I was ranked first at Vegas at the MMA scene, and I felt like I had enough experience to go to the pro level, and now I feel like I'm in the top of the pro level. So I mean, I still needed experience, but we felt like it's the right time, and now it's the right time really to get to the top, to the biggest leagues, and now I feel like I have the men's range that I didn't have a couple years ago.
No, yeah, 100%, man. And you kind of mentioned it there, right? You've been living the pro lifestyle since you were 16. You moved here when you were 17. So, obviously, let's get into that. You know what I mean? So when you moved here to the US, was Syndicate MMA always your home gym, or was it one of those that you're checking out gyms all around and Syndicate MMA just welcomed you with open arms and it felt like home?
So I got here. Natan Levy is a UFC fighter. He's a really good friend of mine, like my big bro here, and we used to train in Israel a couple years ago. I was a young kid. He just started his amateur MMA career, and he moved to live in Vegas and train in Syndicate. So then at some point, I always thought I'm gonna train in Brazil, but at some point I'm like, you know what? Like Nathan is already there in Vegas, and I always hear like how good is that? I see how he's improving, and in the US you have more opportunities to get to the top. You're more close to the plate. So I say let's check it up. Let's see what's the talk.
Mhm.
And then I talked to Nathan. I'm like, hey bro, I'm serious. I wanna live in Vegas. I wanna see how's the life there. I've been there for 3 months and felt in love with the place, with the gym syndicate, with the project they have. and I felt like that's the right place to me to start my career. Now I'm here. I'm here most of the time in the US. After fights, I back to see my family in Israel, and I'm glad I did it move because I really feel like it's the right place for me. Coach John Wood, one of the best coaches in the world, helped me a lot to develop in these years that I'm here. So I'm very grateful.
No, yeah, 100%, man. And like you said, you mentioned that there you fell in love with the place. So also, like, Natan Levy, UFC lightweight and everything like that. How does it feel knowing that, one, like you called him your big bro, but like, obviously he's kind of set the blueprint to how to get to the top, you know what I mean? So how does it feel having him in your corner?
Exactly. Natan is always in my corner, always was a good example for me, for hardworking man. He's the first, one of the first ones that that actually did it, move to the US to train and focus full time on fighting. And I think we and Natan have a very similar thinking of you go all in or you not go at all. So we that kind of people, and I appreciate the fact that he go all in, and I want to follow that path. So now you open for me a door. He already made it to the UFC. Just that is his first W in there, and honestly, I think I feel like I'm the next. People see that we have way to very similar way to manage our career, because I try to follow what he's doing. Um, so yeah, it definitely open the door for me and for a bunch of other Israeli fighters that came and also gonna come here to Vegas in the future.
No, yeah, 100%. You kind of mentioned it there too. I mean, like Nathan just got, a W in his last fight and in a crazy fight too, man. So, did you guys do any celebrations after that? Because man, that was a crazy fight. It was back and forth, but you know, thankfully Nathan came out with the W. So for you, like watching that fight, how did you feel seeing him just get into that war? And then two,
Yeah.
yeah, like what were the celebration like right after, man? Any good food, anything like that? It's like, because I know Vegas got a lot of good Spanish food, good of everything over there. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, food is definitely not the problem here. um, so for a guy that's been in all the training camp with him, I spar with him bunch of time for that fight. We did most of the trainings together, and I know what the way that he passed to this moment. He passed so many things to get to this moment. His debut was close with Rafa Garcia, close fight. And we knew it's very important fight. You gotta win this fight, and yeah, he just came in this mindset, all in or nothing, and he came with the victory. Hell of a fight. I think it was supposed to be fight of the night. Definitely did amazing work, and it was very excited. I felt almost like I won
Mhm.
my first UFC fight, and then we all went to eat after. We ate dinner, all the corner and all the crew, and I ate so much. He's like, "Yo, relax, I won the fight," but I
Yeah.
was so excited for him. I felt honestly like he's my big brother. Really,
Mhm.
like it's not just in the mat; it's also outside the mat. Yeah, we have each other back, and when I'm winning, it feels like he winning. When he's winning the fights, I'm feeling like I won. It's very important. It's very important for me to see his success, and that definitely make me excited.
No, yeah, man, 100%, man. And yeah, man, just to bring it back to you, right? Like we mentioned off the top, man, I mean, June 27th, your pro debut. Um, Obviously, I'm not asking for you to give a prediction or anything like that, but for you, how do you see the fight going? You know what I mean? Just knowing that it's your first pro fight. And like you said, I mean, you're training with killers all year round. So for you, how do you see the fight going on the 27th?
Yeah. So yeah, honestly, always I say the truth. I really say what I believe in. I don't. I'm very realistic guy, so I always try to see um, how I win this fight. How can I lose the fight? Like I just, trying to see all the options. And really, it's hard. It's very hard for me to see me losing that fight, because I fighting with some pretty good jiu-jitsu guy. He's black belt, 32 years old. He's doing it since I'm 9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't disrespect the guy. But with that being said, in a grappling match, in only grappling match, I put my money on me. So now now it's an MMA fight with punches, with everything. Just like we're in a different level. I don't disrespect. I prepare for a war, but we just different level in the ground, in the wrestling, in the stand up. So win is a win. I want to win, but it's very important for me to dominate that fight, to dominate every round of the fight, and just to show that I'm on a different level from because that's the beginning of my career, and my place not belong. No, it's like I feel like I'm in a different level with the guy I compete with. I feel like my place is right in the top, and that's why it's important for me to prove it for myself, for everyone. And yeah, my goal is to dominate a fight, to get a finish. I don't know whenever the fight gonna go. My confidence, and yeah. With that being said, I'm respecting the guy, and I'm expecting from him to come with everything, but I just really don't think it's enough
No, yeah,
for him.
100%, man, 100%. And I'm looking forward to it. So, is there going to be a link or anything like that for anybody interested in watching your fight that people can go to, or a website that people can go to and buy tickets?
Yeah, it's fighting for Fierce Fighting Championship. You guys can check out their Facebook page, and there's some options to buy some tickets there to the fight and everything. Yeah, and I gonna post the link. There's probably gonna be a live stream. I want the people in Israel to see that. I got a lot of support from there, so it's important for me to have some live stream going, and I'm gonna post the link in my Instagram page one day before the fight.
100%, man. 100%. I'm hyped to see you. I'm man for you. I mean, I'm gonna be rooting for you watching the fight. So, once again, Ilay, I appreciate the time. I know you're a busy guy, so I don't want to keep you here for too long. So, before we go, do you want to plug in all your social media so everyone watching can go and follow you and support you?
Yeah. So my Instagram, it's Ilay Barzilay official. My Facebook page, it's Ilay Barzilay page. Yeah, that's it.
There you go, man. There you go. So Ilay, once again, rooting for you on the 27th. Hopefully we can do this again after, and obviously talk about the fight. So once again, man, appreciate the time, and to everyone watching. Peace.